Welcome. Welcome to Manifestation Mondays with Marcy. I, of course, am Marcy Newman, your host, known as the Heart Shift Coach. And today is the very last video that I'll be making for Manifestation Mondays in 2023. And I want you to know that this has been quite a journey for me, as I hope it has for you. I've been producing these videos weekly with the hopes that it will support you, guide you, help you to create a foundation for manifesting truly the desires of your heart, and to do so on a conscious level. As I've explained so many times before, we are actually creating, manifesting those creations 24/7. We never ever stop. However, very often the manifestations that appear in our world are those that have been created on a subconscious level. And what we are looking to do is to retrain ourselves, to create a brand new awareness, a new level of conscious awareness, so that we are creating from that aware level rather than a subconscious level. Because the subconscious, as you know, and as you've experienced, and I have as well, sometimes it runs amok. It seems to have a mind of its own. And so what we want to do, of course, is to rein all of that in, reduce the amount of chatter and influence that the ego has on what we create, and to sort of streamline our process. Now, as I said, this is the last video for 2023, which means that we are being called into 2024. And I want you to know that you are entering into this new year in a way that you never have before, particularly if you've been following me and tuning into these videos and taking them to heart, taking what I recommend to you and putting it into practice. The affirmations, of course, are very powerful. They are connected to energy that has the capability, the capacity to really streamline, but also to raise your vibrational frequency. And that's, of course, what we're looking to achieve. So this new year, what is it asking of you? And why is it so important that you're entering into it on a completely different level? Well, here's my perspective. I believe that we are being called into 2024 and being asked to step up to the plate in a way that we never have before. In fact, I believe that we are being asked to take this conscious awareness that we've been developing, cultivating, and to even take that to a whole new level. And this is where I see manifestation and self-love coming together, integrating in ways that perhaps we've never seen before. You see, I believe that this call for 2024 is for us to step up to that plate as divine creators, finally having accepted this truth about ourselves. And therefore, we are being asked to create, not through the eyes of man, but through the eyes of God. You see, we are in the midst of a complete turnabout, aren't we? It is one where the manifestations of the previous years, in terms of the organizations, the governments, the banking, all of the systems that we have relied on for so many years, are indeed crumbling at our feet. And rather than going through this period of victimhood, which, as we know, will sabotage manifestation just like that, we're being asked to continue to raise our vibrational frequency and to stay as aligned as possible with the truth of who we are. So we're actually being asked, and it's more than an invitation, I believe. We're being asked to step into our power, to acknowledge our power, our ability to create, step into our line of power and claim our ability as divine creators. This is a completely different stance. This is so different from entering into a new year wondering what's going to happen, wondering what kind of experiences you'll have, what will happen to you, who will you be, who will you become, who will you meet. This all has to change, and it does change the minute that we start to embrace that we are divine beings, that we have this creative prowess that allows us, rather than to be questioning and wondering, to create based on what it is that our heart desires, that is aligned with the highest good for ourselves and for others. You see, everything that we do is not for ourselves alone. It never has been. But it's gotten so confusing, and the messages so cloudy so often, because we've had these programs and conditions that were recorded within us, you might say, from childhood, from our societies, our cultures, our families, our religions, and all of them diminishing who we were. But as you know, my favorite mantra is, that was then and this is now. And we cannot allow what was in the past to govern what we are here to create. If we do, we'll never create this new earth, this new world. We'll continue to create what we've created in the past, and again watch it fall to dust. So this is our opportunity, but I also want you to know that this is your time. You are here for this purpose. You are here to build the new. And so all this work that you've been doing, all of this consciousness raising, all of this heart-centered living, all of this stepping above and beyond where you've ever been before, stepping out of your comfort zone and learning to truly love yourself, accept yourself for who you are, has all brought you to this moment, this very moment. And when that clock strikes 12 on January 31st, and at 12:01 the new year begins, you get to choose. Do you enter it as you were, or do you enter it as you are? This is a huge question. And of course, it calls you to define for yourself who you were as opposed to who you are. Because who you were will of course follow you. But who you are is what and who you must live. In other words, we of course have the experiences of the past, what has brought us to where we are today. But we're no longer meant to live from that place. We must instead create a new frequency where our higher self, the greatest version of ourselves, can flourish and fly, can soar, where we can unfurl our wings and be everything that we came here to be. This is a phenomenal time, but it's a time where we leave behind who and what we were and begin to embrace who we are right here, right now. And our exploration of self-discovery is to discover the God within us, to discover that we are divine creators, limitless in what we can create, limitless in what we are meant to create. So I ask you to join with me, hearts and hands, and let us join our intention, because the intention sets the frequency, the energy trajectory. What is your intention? My intention is to go into this new year as I am. I am a divine creator, part of the angelic force that is here to elevate all of mankind and illuminate every path in gold. I know this because I am that divine being. And so I invite you to take on this affirmation for yourself. I am a divine being. I am a divine creator. I am limitless in all that I create. And I am all that I have come here to be, as I love and accept myself for who I truly am. My truth is the truth of the God within me. So I'm going to leave that with you. Please leave your comments below. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe to this channel and share these videos. Again and again and again, you'll hear me say we are in this together. So let us offer whatever support we can to each other, whatever guidance, whatever illumination, whatever light that we have access to. And then we soar together into our limitless beings as love itself, and the light of that love creates those golden paths where we all get to experience creating a world filled with lives blessed with the golden love that is ours to share, to give, and to receive. So much love to you. I'll see you again next year. And of course, the heart shift that takes us from who we were into who we are right now. Divine beings of love, creators of all that is. Okay, I'll see you then. Remember, creating through the eyes of God, that God within you. So much love. I'll see you soon on the other side of that clock striking 12.